Okay. Oh, yes. All right. So as I always say, every class is subject to how the instructor is feeling. So a little back work, a little stretchy work. Let's start with red, yellow, blue. Up or down. Let's do ankles and knees together. So pretend I gave you a dime. You have to hold that dime between your knees. Find your back row line. Find your neutral before you push out. And let's take it out and in. Squeezing the knees together, actively squeezing the knees together. Breathing. Do 4 more here. Straight over the carriage all the way out. We're going to do a tiny bend and a longer squeeze lengthen. Tiny bend, longer squeeze lengthen. 4, 3, 2, and let's lengthen all the way out. Externally rotate so you're in your narrow V, and let's go straight into narrow V extension. Keeping your neutral back. Shoulders are nice and soft and wide. Four. This time, let's bring the carriage halfway in. Little in, little out. 4, 3, 2. Take it all the way out. Parallel, squeeze your ankles and knees back together. Come in, externally rotate to push back out. So tiny little hip circles. 3, 2, and 1. Let's just reverse the motion. So push out, parallel squeeze together, and externally rotate in. 3, 2, and last one. And bring it in. Good. Stay neutral back, wide stance, heels on the foot bar, energy out of those feet, and extend through. Checking that your booty is engaged, both controlling that carriage in and extending, lengthening out. Five. Carriage halfway in. Lift your sacrum just the height of your head. Stay that low and just hovering as you take it out and in. 4. 1. And bring the carriage halfway in, lower down, and release it all the way in. Knees to the chest. And we're going to go to balls of the feet. Let's do same alignment to start. Ankles and knees together, squeezing the ankle bones together so you make sure that you're not rolling out on your pinkies. All the way out and in. down and up. Check that your booty stays engaged, squeezing the knees together. Booty stays engaged for that whole heel dip. 3 more. 2. Let's stay here for 8 heel rises up. Little accent is on the top of the lift. Pushing through the big toes. 4, 3, 2. Heels high and prance it out. Pick a heel, it doesn't matter. Just hang out underneath that foot bar. Soften into the stretch. And lift up and switch. Heels high. Let's bring it in. Put heels together, toes apart. Lift them nice and high. Find your neutral and out and in. Think of resisting the carriage in as you pull the carriage in. That motion engaging the hamstring glute insertion point right at the base of the booty. 4. 6 extension, we're going to add the heels in. Take the carriage out, heels down and up. Don't forget about your booty. 4 more. It's time. Let's do 8 heel lifts. Accent at the top. Up and up and up. 4, 3, 2. Both heels high, and let's walk it out. Pick a heel, hang out. See if you can soften into that leg. And switch. Both heels high, bring it in. All right, final foot stance. Make sure you're not jamming up in your shoulder blocks. Balls of the feet, lift the heels high, pressing through the big toes. Step halfway again. If your lower back feels this, do not do this. So gauge how you feel. Lift the sacrum. Long spine though. Exhale and take the carriage out and in. This extra work on the back. Extra work on the glutes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the carriage halfway in, lower the sacrum. Keep the tension on the springs. Both heels down and up here, holding the carriage still. 4, 2, and heels high. Let's alternate, pushing through that heel. And one more time, each side, ending evenly. Take carriage all the way out to close the motion and bring it back in. Good. Knees to the chest. Keeping the spring load on, just work your way a little bit away from your shoulder blocks. Legs come tabletop, start by squeezing them together. Hands back behind our head. Curl your upper body up, find that imprint, belly button down. Although stay wide as we extend the legs out and pull in. Breath. Keeping your upper body lifted. Two. Just deepen the work from tabletop. We curl in, rolling, open up. In, rolling, pulley. Two. Crank your neck and pull back the extension. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Tabletop. Hands back behind the base of your skull. Curl your upper body up. We're going to do spiral stag. Don't crank that elbow. Think of the shoulder and the chest reaching to the knee. Come back to the center and switch. Center, switch, center, switch, center, center, and switch. And now in pace. We don't rush, don't crank. Really get that upper body spiral. Times each side. Last time. Now let's bring it in. Feet on the foot bar. Arms come anywhere that's comfortable. Let's do a little sidewinder. So knees go one direction, opposite shoulder stays on the carriage. Try and keep your knees together and try to get that top knee even with the under knee. So you get more spirality. And come through the center and switch. To the center. Good. Go to one red spring. Just do a little stretchy before we get into some leg work. Way back down on our back. Let's do left glute on the left foot to start. Start with that leg at 90. Find your neutral first and release your right leg tabletop. Stretching in, taking hold of that cable. That's interesting. Always making sure your hardware is connected. All right, pull that leg in. Trying to keep your lower back neutral so you got extra stretch through that hamstring. And extend the right leg 45 degrees. Releasing the cable and pushing through into scissor extensions. Ribs press into the carriage, neck is long, shoulders soft. And next time that left leg is 45 degrees, we're going to open to helicopter, open to your V, and switch. 2 scissors. Making sure that as you go through the helicopter, you're not tumbling into your lower back. Keep the range of motion anchored where you stay neutral, your sacrum is firmly planted. And let's meet up again with that left leg toward 90 or whatever angle works for you. Pull that cable in. And bend both knees and release. Other side, right foot in the right strap. Take it up to 90, find your neutral first. And left leg tabletop. Pull in on that cable. Gauging what range of motion you have, keeping your pelvis facing your foot bar and your low back neutral, ribs down, shoulders down. And extending the left leg 45 degrees. And release the cable and push through into scissor. Sure you're luxuriating in that cable extension and not pulling from the back of the knee. Want to pull from that glute hamstring insertion point. And let's add helicopter. Right leg is down at 45. Open to your V and switch to helicopters. And again, maintaining that neutral spine. Good. And let's meet up with that right leg, 90 degrees, left leg is 45. Take hold of that cable one more time. Through. Good. Ready to add some springs on, just to keep the carriage still, so it doesn't matter, all of them, or a couple more. So your carriage can move. Headrest comes all the way down. Alrighty. Give yourself a little space between the shoulder blocks. We're going to hold on behind the shoulder blocks or the pegs. Or, I mean, you can keep your arms here too. I prefer to have my arms here. Starting tabletop legs. Imprint your lower back. Hollow out in the belly. And we are curling up softly. Take your time. Just coming back to tabletop, softening and lengthening through the back of the neck. Over. So you drop your knees toward your ears, opening just hip distance. And rolling down, we're going to add on this time 45 degrees extension. Lift up and over. Try and get your legs parallel to the floor. Open them hip distance. Flex your heels. Create that resistance as if somebody's holding on to your heels, pulling counter to your roll down. Opening 45. Opening hip distance, flexing, focusing on lengthening through the neck, softening through the shoulders. Time like this, up and over. Five, we're going to lift up and over, wheelbarrow. Focus on lengthening, softening through the neck, soften through the shoulders, lifting vertical and down. Try not to put the work in your neck and your jaw. One more time. And down. Good. Anchor. Hands come to the lower back. Lift up to that vertical. Support yourself. And scissor the legs, bending your knees. Tipping your pelvis toward that far wall. Lengthen through the legs to switch. Come up to that vertical. Scissor open. And let your knees soften. Lengthen through the legs, come vertical. Support yourself as you roll down as slowly as you can through that vertical. extended V, flexing first. And a little ankle rolls, one direction and the other direction. And bring it back in. Good. Knees to the chest, rolling to the side. And coming up. Okay, let's go to one yellow spring and get our box. The long box action. Actually, I'm gonna switch it. Sorry. I'm having spring machine Discord. Let's do one yellow, one blue. Too used to balanced body springs. Okay, we're gonna lay down. It's gonna be a little crowded here. I'm gonna lay down with our face toward our foot bar. The bra line is at the edge of the box. Wherever your legs go naturally, if they stack parallel or slightly turn out, mine slightly turn out, let them be natural wherever they are. Okay. Bend through your knees. Okay, feet touch, whichever part of your feet touch. Let's tuck our pelvic bone into the box and lift the belly and just push ups out and in. If you don't like the blue and yellow, switch just to a red. Switching which blue. Tucking the pelvis, lifting the belly. Booty's engaged. And let's bring it in. Okay. If you were on a blue and a yellow, take the blue off so you're just the yellow. If you went to the red, put a yellow on. Right. One arm. Bring your right wrist directly in front of your right shoulder. Tuck the pelvis, lift the belly, squeeze your booty, and press out single arm. If you don't like the yellow, go to a blue. 3 more here. 2. Last one. Then, and switch. Left wrist is directly in front of that left shoulder. Tuck the pelvis, lift the belly. Quickly identifying which arm is stronger. 3 more. And now to start twisting. 1 more. 1 red spring. Both hands back on the foot bar. Okay, lengthen through the legs. Tuck the pelvis, lift the belly, close your ribs. As we push out, we're going to bend our knees and lift our thighs off that box. It's a little figurative, just a motion. Squeeze the booty, lengthen back out. Want to talk about anything? Next version. Push out to straight arms. As the carriage comes in, we keep our arms straight, we arc up, and you are still trying to lift your toes toward the sky, your thighs off the box. It's impossible, I'll tell you. And we push out and lengthen. So you get the point. If you don't like the red spring, go to a yellow spring. Pressing your sternum forward, closing the ribs, lifting out of your shoulders. Don't collapse through your shoulders. Don't curl your chin up. Your chin stays neutral. And last one. And bring it down and release in. And take a little bug splat. Carefully coming up. Let's go to one yellow. So take the red off. One yellow, we're stepping all the way off. Switch the angle. Okay. Standing in front of our machine. I don't know, about a foot, something like that, depending on your height. Hands are going to go to the front corners of the box. So adjust your feet forward, back, how you like once we're here. We're going to push forward into an arch back. And if you don't like the yellow here, go to a blue. Resist the carriage and the spring. We're going to pull up in the kitty cat as you come in. Push through into an arch extension without hurling our chin to the sky. Tailbone is high. We'll into kitty cat. Time. On our box. Should sit on our box facing the back of the reformer, facing your cables. Okay. Let's choke up on our hardware. Plant your feet on your headrest. Arms stay nice and long. We're going to roll back into C curve. Through the spine. And as always, we're just going to keep adding on here a couple times just to feel that C curve. Like this. Shoulders down. And up. Good. We're going to lift our left leg tabletop. Bring your chest toward your knee toward your chest. As you roll down in C curve, and extend that leg. Pull back up. We're going to add on here. This time as we roll back into C curve, left leg is 45 degrees. Anchor your C curve. Float that leg to 90. Back to 45. 90. Please don't do a backwards somersault on me. And up. One more time. 45. To right to chest. A couple regular extensions. On 45 degrees, anchor that C curve, float to 90. Watch that you're not putting stress in your wrists. And up. Think, let's go to one blue spring. Take the yellow off. We'll see if it feels too easy, but doubt it. Cross your cables. Let's go to the inner small loop. Okay, we're going to start with our palms open and diagonally facing outward. Okay, for straight arm French door extension cross table, keeping our palms facing out. You're working from the lats, underneath the shoulder blades, engage in the back, lifting in the sternum. So 2 more here, and then we'll add on. Spiral as you come in, keep your arms shoulder width apart, bicep curl in, spiral out, open French door, spiral in, and out. 2 more times like this. Good. Adding on, this time we spiral out French door. We come into bicep curl, staying nice tall spine. Forearms up the wall, down the wall. 2 more. Try to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Good, come back, let's do that again. Spiral out, French door open, bicep curl in. Lock it in first. Let's do forearms up the wall and down the wall. Keeping wrists and elbows parallel, shoulders down. 2 more. Down. Beautiful. Let's uncross our tables. Let's go back to 1 yellow spring. Stay on the short loops. Let's go chest expansion. Long straight wrists, open hands. Watch you're not folding forward or rolling forward in your shoulders. And obviously the important part is back, nanosecond hold. Back, nanosecond hold. 3, 2, right, we're going to add on this time. We're going to meet up back there. Hold the arms back there. Seated C curve. Hold the belly button in as you round forward. Palms lift to the sky. Tap your butts to the sky. You're now in tricep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And float forward. Good. Can we do it again? Don't like the short handles too. Go to the long handles. Or you could go to a blue spring. Chest expansion back. Let's do that 4 times. Good. This time let's meet up back there. Hold. Seated C curve. Round and scoop. Palms up. Fingertips tap. Up and tap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look forward. Okay. Come back to the top of the teardrop. It's where the loops meet up. Single arm bow and arrow. No spiral to start. Feel the extension forward of that arm that punches forward, and a drop in the elbow pulling from the lats. But let's add the spiral. Watching that elbow pull back. Belly button pulls in. Shoulders down. Two more times each side. Make sure you can still feel your sit bones on the box so you're not rolling back into your hips. Right, loops on the Okay, so we're gonna get off, we're gonna short box it. Staying on a yellow spring. Let's take the long loops. Push through to service. Lift and open to tree hugger. So our hands are right about at our bust line, pushing from there, not up by our throat. Right, opening, wide tree hugger, and closing, keeping the shape of the arms uniform, working from the upper chest. 3, 2, we're going to meet up in tree hugger, fingertips tap, arms are round, down and up. Range of motion is only about 4 to 5 inches. 4, 3, 2, go into our tree hugger fly again for 4 times. Lifting the sternum, ribs closed, sitting up nice and tall, chin is neutral. Last 2. And last one. Let's bring it in. Good. Let's release our left arm. Left hand is planted on the box. You can also, you can put it anywhere. What you want is for that arm to keep your shoulders square, keep your hips square, and counter. We're going to scoop forward. Maybe it'd be better if I showed you. Let's go to my left hand. Okay. We're going to scoop forward and push. Stop. Bend that elbow and push straight from the shoulder to the wrist. One straight line. Like a single arm push up in the air. Let's do 2 more. And again, if you don't like the yellow spring, go to the blue. Bring it in. Other side. Okay, so plant that other hand, square the shoulders, scoop through in service, and rotate. Stop, I tell you. Push straight through. Notice if you feel yourself twisting, you can feel your sit bones. If one is unweighting, do 2 more. Back in. Okay. Because we can, widen your feet parallel. Let's just do a forward fold. Release your neck. And let's come up. Okay. Our foot bars are on the top. Remember, we are not pulling on our foot bars. Let's stay on a yellow spring. And let's half heel it. Okay, make sure your box is really up against the shoulder blocks. Okay, let's find our squat. 4, 3, being parallel. 2, push into the big toes. Hands come to the inside of the foot bar. We are pushing back in plank. We do not let our shoulders move forward and back. 6 times. Next time we bring the carriage all the way in, find your squat. Hold it 4. We just have 2 more times for all that. And again, hands come on the inside, pushing through in the plank. So find out big toe, inner ankle, inner thigh, pelvic floor alignment. 3, keeping your booty low. 2, 1, you come in, your squat, hold it 4, 3, 2. Again, last time all the way through. Shoulders stay back. As if you're pushing that foot bar away from you, fill out your shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1. Squat for 4, 3, 2, and have a seat. Okay. Let's go to the blue string. Not done. Half heel it again. Come into your squat, right? We have lighter spring load. We push out to a plank. Lift your left foot, put the ball of the foot lightly on the top of the box. We pull in there. Booty stays low. Push through that right leg. Your own personal hero, you can float that left leg. Let's work in unison though. 1, no trickery here. We will come in all the way in. Full seat. Squat. Back into plank. That right foot. Balancing tiptoes. Or floating that leg. And work in unison. Pulling with your left big toe connected to the inner thigh and the pelvis. 2 more. 1. The way in. Like so. One way through. And carriage. Put your booty all the way to the front edge. Carriage. I look particularly cramped because I don't do the proper gearbox. But everybody tells me I should. I don't like that. Okay, balls of the feet on the foot bar in the ROV. Okay. Start. Hands are holding on to the front. That carriage. Okay. Come in as tightly as you can, scooping, hollowing in the belly. Your pelvic bone is reaching toward your chin. Your chin is reaching toward your pelvic bone. And let's take it out, staying in that scoop rounded position, out and in. But let's add the heels. We go out, lower raise. Pull it in. This is where I want you to feel that sensation of pulling the carriage in with sticky feet. So you can feel the connection, the balls of your feet, and your abdominals. Last one. Good. Let's bring it in. Okay. Pushing on the foot bar with your feet, please make sure you're going to hold on to the foot bar and pull in opposition as we go out to a full straight leg extension or wherever it feels right for you. Pulling the belly in, shoulders down. You're still in narrow V. Bend and come in. Now go parallel feet, parallel legs. Hollow out again. Staying parallel. And taking that same length. And bring it in. Good. Stay right where you are. This time we are sitting up straight. Narrow V again. Sitting up nice and straight, arms in fist. Out, open to that spiral. So depending on your tights, hopefully they do not slip on the carriage. Spiral. You want to lift in the chest, lengthen through the spine. Try not to fall back with your hips. Adding the heels as we spiral. Hold it there, heels down and up, and bring it in. Open, down and up. One more time, each side. All right. Let's go to 2 yellow. What do we normally do? 2 yellow. Let's do red and a blue. Sorry. Years since I've been on this reformer. Red and a blue. We're gonna lay back. Lay back. Headrest can be up or down with the feet in the long loops. .45 degrees. Find your neutral. Back raw line presses in. All right, open your feet so your heels are in line with your sit bones. So just about 3 inches. Flex through the feet. We're going to tabletop in. You're looking to keep that same distance between your ankles and your knees while you keep space. Good. Long straight legs, pedaling through the feet. Point as we go up toward 90, staying off our lower back. And flex, bend in. Reach. Flex, bend in. One more time, all the way through. Flex, bend in. Lengthen, 90 back to 45. Good. Externally rotate now. Same 4 inches between your heels. Flex, bend in. A couple times, just the flexing and bending. One more time. And add in, coming up to 90, staying externally rotated. So you're looking at the insides of your calves. To 90. And bring it in. All righty, heels together, externally rotated. Let's go into full frog knees. So heels together, externally rotated. Knees only to hips, open to the feet, and close. Pedaling through the feet, working the ankle muscles in concert. 3, 2, and last one. Good, let's pull in half froggy, so your knees are bent. Let's go up our feet, down with our feet. Keeping that same diamond shape with your legs. 2 more times, not tumbling into your lower back. Good, last time up and down. Push out to 45, reverse froggy, open to your V. Second position, plie, heels together, and push through that midline. Shoulders down, neck is long, back raw line presses in. 3, 2, and last time, meet up in that extended V. Heels tap, tap, tap in, open. Tap, 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 open. Tap, 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 open. 4 more times. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And last one, tap, 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 hold it. Externally rotate up to 90 and start your circles there. Five degrees externally rotated Peter Pan. Heel stays in line with the center of the pelvis. Flexing, pointing through. Stay square in your sacrum, neutral lower back, ribs are heavy, neck is long. Good, one more time, each side. 45 degrees, let's start circles at the bottom there and up to the top. Four. Breathing engage, check your nuts humbly into your lower back. That's 2. And let's meet up 45 degrees. Take hold of that left cable, bend your left foot, find the floor. And release your right leg diagonally, opening up that left hip flexor. Right foot to release. Come up, reset and square, and find the floor with your right foot. Left foot coming up to 90, flex both feet. Tip your pelvis to face your foot bar, and then pull those feet toward your forehead. And opening to your extended V. Flexing through the feet, tipping the pelvis toward your foot bar, neutral lower back, shoulders down. It's butterfly, soles of the feet together, toes point out. Pull the cables in so that they actually will support your legs so you can soften through the hips.